Wow. This is actually spooking me out. Dust doesn't go from side to side. Oh my god. Finally it happened! Yay! That's crazy. Wow, look at that one. What do you want with me? What do you want with me? Why are you here? Ah! Oh my god. No one's scaring me. I'm only kidding. You're not really scaring me. Should we say Jesus and see what happens? Hello? Oh, you're all gone. Do you not like Jesus very much? Okay. For argument's sake, can you just prove that you're not dust? Are you sure you're not dust? Can you do something to prove it? How do we know that you're not dust? Do you not think you need to be like a little bit bigger or something? I mean, I know I'm not the best housewife in the world, but how do we know you're not dust? I don't really know what to say. This is like unexpected. I'm going to stop it and see if we can get some on a separate one and I can send you the link because Mum's going to be back in. I don't want to send this one all the way through. 2 secs. Right then, can you please show me that you're not dust and that you definitely are what we think you are? I won't mention his name again. Try and scare you off. Come on, show Abby. Oh yeah, do you see that one across my forehead? I need you to be big enough to, like, be clearly not dust or anything like that. Why did I just click my fingers? What a freak. Can you do a good show for us? Do a Christmas orb show. Before when I was against my black clothes. Can you please be a bit more obvious than that because we can hardly see you. Can you, rather than being loads of small ones, is there no chance you can do like something big? Please. We definitely would appreciate it. Because there are people here that are kind of stupid and they would think this is dust. Right, so clearly this is not dust. This is like something which I've never seen before actually on camera like this. Can you be more obvious please, because people out there are pretty dumb when it comes to stuff like this. I do actually need to carry on and keep getting ready despite the wonders of your come on, so people don't think that you're dust. Please. Really, please. Alright, things are calming down a little bit. What shall I ask them? Why are you here? That's a stupid question, isn't it? Look, they've like completely left me alone now because, like, as if you are, I know there's a little bit of activity. Why would you ask such a dumb question though? Sorry for being silly. I actually do feel kind of weird, but I don't know if it's psychological. Alright, come on, prove that you're not dust again. Thank you. I wonder why we can't always see like this. Alright, I'm going to stop this really quick and send it to Miss Abs. Bye! Who am I saying bye to? Come on, say bye to Abby. Yay! There you go, your own personal goodbye from the other side. Spooky! Can we do like something like that where it looks like as though I'm like sending out lights in my hand? Alright, I'm going to stop being silly now because it might just get through to you. Can't believe this is happening. And then Mum's outside, so I've got to like go. I see orbs, lots of them. Bye. I'm leaving this filming because even though I think it's quieting down a bit, there was, well, I was watching an activity while I was trying to sort everything out. But of course it looks like everything's stopped now. Oh yeah, that's cool. Can you please show that you're not dust? Thank you. Is there any chance of coming out? How do we know you're not dust? Can't you be a bit bigger? You're just trying to get me in trouble, aren't you? I'll leave that running whilst I finish getting ready. But I don't want Mum to kill me, so... Ow. Right, let's do this one more time. Oh, I didn't make a coffee. It's taken ages to upload to you. I just wanted some real quick appearance here so that I don't have to wait for that other to upload. But maybe that was just like a random one-off because maybe they haven't got the power or the strength to like keep bothering me. Oh well, never mind. This is too long to send anyway to you now. I might actually just watch the other one back. Hey look, do you see that? Do you see that? Did you see that sparkly thing? Clearly that was just us two. What haven't I got? Other than a sane man. That's mean, isn't it? Should I stop being mean? I'm not taking my riding now. God, I actually could do with a drink. That's how I feel about things, but never mind. Need it. That could be dust. Wow. It's just weird because... Hang on a minute. Can you see my life? Can you check that out? It looks so cool, doesn't it? I have the power. The power is mine. Choo. Don't want to speak about anything, but look how powerful I am. I am holding the sun in the palm. Ah, losing that power. There we go. Whee! stop being silly, and I've got to stop playing with this camera, and I've got to go. So, come on, attachment, upload. How long have I got? Ah, she's probably, she might have gone. She needs me to help her with the horse though, so I suppose. Don't really know what I think actually, but I do know what I need to do, and that is put some makeup, well, take some makeup with me at least. Eyeliners, what we like in this dysfunctional space, whatever I am. I suppose I better go check, hadn't I? What's my history? I know what I can do, I can ring it, can't I? I don't think she's still here. I don't know. I think she's gone, actually. She didn't even close my gate properly. The worst thing is that I don't even know what I should be doing, going or not. I mean, obviously I should be going, but I'm not going to lie, there is some dust of light around me right now. It's just that the Orbs things are not the dust. Anyway, I want to stop this because I want to see. Oh. Alright then. Before I go, can you show me something interesting? I want to just have a quick peek back. Oh, that's what the text said. Are you coming or not? No, it wasn't even her. I'm in the car if you're coming. We'll wait till 11. Oh. Oh, she's gone. Oh, I was just trying to call you. Are you still here, or have you got... Pardon?
Right, yeah?
So anyhow, I'll be out in 5 tops.
Right, okay.
Alright, thank you. You can come in if you want.
Sorry?
You are welcome to come in, but anyway, I'll definitely be out in 5.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Don't really want to go though. Well, I mean I do, but I don't. It's very confusing. I've been intending to explain not only what really was going on there, but what had happened that morning to give this, like that day there was this set of perfect circumstances which were really unusual to all come together like they did. Hence, I mean, I'm not normally sat here surrounded in such high levels of activity. Yeah, there's activity because this is a very entity-filled realm that we live within, and orbs aren't little angels of light floating about like people like to think they are. They're demonic entities. Now, in actual fact, what I've done is I've slowed down this video. So I'm going to release this with the slowed down version. I might put the normal speed version in as well, but the slowed down version is really spooky. You can definitely see what's going on a lot clearer than you can in the obviously. I mean, I don't even ever want to release the slow down version. It freaks me out. There's points in it which freak me out. 100% freak me out. But anyhow, I'm going to, because people need to see the reality that these little beams of light that they think they're seeing, because they're not really beams of light, not normal sight, only how they pick up on camera, aren't the good, beautiful things that people think they are. Anyhow, let's not go on a ramble like that, and I'll tell you what happened that morning. It was Christmas Day, first off, and Christmas Day is obviously a ritual, high ritual activity around Christmas time. That morning was Christmas Day morning. Mum had come to get me to go and meet her horse, but she needed help with the horse because she was having problems, right? My mother and I have got a difficult relationship anyhow because of programming and stuff. It's really hard at the best of times. So anyway, long story short, basically that morning we'd argued. She'd stormed off to her car, and I was sat here, I mean, I was really angry. Hurt, I think, is probably a more accurate way, but angry, hurt and angry at the same time. And so that's when it all happened, basically. Yeah, Mum sat at the end of the road raging. I'm sat here raging, and that's a lot of negative energy right there on its own. Add to the fact it was Christmas Day, and you've got even more reason for it to attract so much attention, entity-wise. And so anyway, that was this. Oh yeah, and then I think the sunlight beaming in through the window was what also was the final factor that slipped into place to really pick up. I mean, the light was amazingly good, and so I think that had also something to do with it. Because I mean, every now and then I will pick up the odd activity on camera, but think about all the videos I've made and released on YouTube, and how rare it is for anything to get caught. So anyway, that day it clearly kicked off in a big way, didn't it? I wouldn't advise people trying to attract these entities to them because they're not nice. Alright then, on that note, don't forget Jesus Christ does protect and save us all. You know, I was a fool that day. Instead of calling on Christ to remove them, I encouraged them. And I shouldn't have done that. So I am a fool, especially because I know what they are. I'm not deluded, and I don't think that these are angels of light. I mean, angels floating around. I know that it's demonic. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to shush, and you can watch and see for yourselves. Alright then, hope you're all well and happy. And oh, it's Easter, by the way, so happy Easter. Yeah, that's that. Okay, have a good time. Don't forget what Easter's really meant to be about. As opposed to chocolate, which it definitely isn't the reason behind Easter, obviously. Alright then, I'm going. Bye. Okay, so here we are, and I've just realised what I'm surrounded by, basically, as you can tell by my face. So it gets a little bit spooky here. I don't really like watching it very much, because what you don't realise when you see this on slow motion is that actually the times where there's lesser orb activity around me there's quite a lot of activity which, if you look at my face on the right side, my eye keeps going really dark. Yeah, it's quite spooky. So it's actually like that at the moment. And also, if you look behind me, I think that looks like, if right behind me, to me it looks like there's something on the blue thing, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Anyhow, I think that something's about to wash over my face. I don't know if it's here. I can't remember. I'll have to just watch and see. But because it's not, yeah, it's an orb, I'm going to look to the right. And then I blink. My eye on the right, my right, so the screen left, still looks really dodgy and still really freaks me out to see. Now, this is to do with programming, and ultimately, these entities affect us, you know. If you've been programmed, then you have rituals and trauma and demonic layering placed within. Now, obviously, to normal vision, in normal circumstances, you can't tell. You can't, you know, you wouldn't know. But when it's on slow motion like this, it's extremely spooky. Now, I've put myself on slow motion various times and studied myself after I've recorded. There, this was it. This is where I look nothing like me, extremely demonic. This is not me right now. And it is so disturbing for me to see myself looking like this. It's horrifying, just horrifying. It really is horrifying. I cannot express how disturbing this is. I'm still convinced that behind me, every now and then, you see what looks like a cross between a face and a spidery thing. Anyhow, you can't see it as clearly now, but you could when I was looking at my most spooky just then. So this affects me, as you can see. There is some points in here where I look really, really freaked out and really scared, but what I've actually done is I've not got it on. Some parts are really slowed down, and other parts aren't quite as slow, because it was going to take forever if I'd had it on proper slow motion, and it's quite boring to watch in places. So yeah, obviously. Now, when there's more orb activity going on, there's not as much of the freaky stuff going on with me, which is interesting. What I'd like to know is where the actual power source is for all this. I mean, I don't know. I've studied this in great detail, and I can't figure out if it's right behind me, actually, or not. Anyhow, so I can't really remember what happens next. We'll have to just watch and see. So I'm going back. Oh yeah, and then that comes flying down. And I look a bit spooky again. It's flying up in front of me. Creepy video. This is only 6 minutes time, but what an intense 6 minutes. Awful, just awful to watch. It really is. And I don't even really want to release this because, it's really cringeworthy for me to see. So, if I do release it, then it's because I'm being really brave. So yeah, I think things are going to calm down a little bit. Of course, every time I come forwards, I look like myself. And then every time I go back, I really quickly, not the whole time, but the further back I go, the more creepier as I look. Now, this is quite a good bit, just purely because you can clearly see there's a point at which I'm putting my sock on, and for anyone who wanted to think it was dust or anything like that, you can see that it really wasn't, Well, you can tell anyway. Anyone who isn't really ridiculously stupid can tell that this is activity which you don't want to have going on, and absolutely nothing to do with dust. Look at my face. See, I'm not actually moving, as you can tell. I'm just gawping. Please bear in mind, this is slowed down by, in some places it's 4 times slower, and in some places it's 3 times slower. So, there you go. I think that's right. Hang on a moment. In some places, what would have been a 6-minute thingamajiggy would have been an hour's time if I'd have had it on that setting. And in other places, it's, but I didn't go for that setting. I went for the setting where it would be half an hour, but then edited a mix of the two in. Anyhow, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly how much it's been slowed down by. I'd have to look at the settings. So, in a minute, I do actually put my sock on and nothing happens. There's no anything. So, any skeptics that want to think that it's all just dust coming from my sock will see that in actual fact, it really isn't. Now, I think that's a little bit of dust there, maybe. I don't know. I could never figure out what that was. But I really don't like what's behind me on the sofa. I mean, I'm sure I'm not going mad. I'm sure that it looks to me like there's something... Because it changes. If you were to watch... If you were to watch it at the beginning and watch it at different points throughout, you'll see. Look, I mean, I know at points. Obviously, I've got a shadow. I realise that I'm not stupid, but it looks like there's faces in there to me. Anyway, I don't want to focus too much on that. I'm just curious what other people think too. So finally, I'm putting my sock on after much gawping at the orb activity around me. See, I'm going to the stables, that's why I'm dressed like this. And it's Christmas Day. So, yeah, it was Christmas Day. And my mum sat at the end of the road raging, and I'm in the house raging. I know I don't look like I'm raging, but I was hurt and upset. I'm definitely not in a good place when this recording was made. And it's Christmas Day, which is like a massive ritual day for all of these Satanists and whatnot. So it was a big deal. It's not just any day of the week. Don't normally have stuff like this going on. Not like this, anyway. I get the odd orb occasionally that'll fly across the screen, but I've never had anything like this before on film. Now, I've included at the end of this, I've included some pictures because there is a lot of activity which I catch on camera, but never on video before. So, look, there's one about to, it starts to go into, it's going across me now. And it's on my shoulder, it turned around and it's coming back. And then it does actually fly off. Some of them literally seem to... Actually, interestingly, that necklace I'm wearing in this, I've stopped wearing. It said Carpe Diem on it, which means live for the moment. It's actually a satanic philosophy of like think only of today and not of tomorrow type thing. So I got that years ago when I was working in a ski resort in France near Briançon, which is this mountain village. And it's beautiful. It's a sundial on one side, then you've got the blue stone, and on the other side, like I said, it says Carpe Diem. In fact, I've got it in here. I'm just not wearing it. I'll read it to you. So... oh, that's all it says, Carpe Diem, which, yeah, is live for the moment or live for today, something like that. And then it's got the sundial on the other side with, like, a sun at the top of the sundial, Roman numerals, and then an S, which, of course, you know, is meant to be Soleil or sun or whatever, except what does S also stand for? And it looks like a pyramid, and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot. After the car accident that nearly killed me, after the car accident, which I was lucky not to get killed in, I, for some bizarre reason, decided I wanted to wear this again. Look at that there, spooky, isn't it? Straight across my forehead. So, the long and short is that I put it on. And then I really wanted to take it off, and it was a real battle. Can't express to you how attached I got to wanting to wear that necklace. Anyway, then I took it off, finally. I took it off about 6 weeks ago. And freedom, oh my god, it was affecting me for sure. Definitely affecting me. Well, as you can see, actually, in this recording, maybe if I hadn't have had the necklace on, I wouldn't have looked so possessed at times. Who knows? I actually need to smash it up, really. That's the next stage. I haven't been able to bring myself to do it yet, but I will. At least I haven't got it hanging around my neck anymore. Yeah. See the way we get entrapped. I bought that from it was a happy day at the end of the ski season with my best friend, and rephrase, it was the start of the following ski season. I was with my best friend, and we hadn't started work yet because the season hadn't started. And we had this wonderful day up in this mountain village, Briançon it's called. It's absolutely gorgeous. But now I know more about the occult than I used to know when I was at the tender age of 19, like I was then. I was right on the cusp, literally, of finding out everything that's going on in the world. Because 2 weeks later, I'd left that ski season resort place where I was meant to be working, and I'd come back to England. And my best friend at the time and I, a different girl to the girl I went to France with, figured it all out. And that's what began my journey. The only thing that I didn't have, the missing piece of the puzzle for me at the time, was the mind control connection, which is embarrassing for me to say, actually, bearing in mind who my grandpa was. But that was, I knew all about the secret societies. Well, we'd figured it all out. All except I didn't realise I knew about mind control, but I didn't understand how it worked. I didn't understand how programming worked. I didn't get it. And back then, we did all our figuring out from speaking, reading the Bible a bit, and speaking to God. There was no computers involved. There was no, nothing involved except for our heads and what we saw around us. And then my family were making things really bizarre because of the circumstances. I've never spoken about this yet on film, but because I didn't like my best friend, no, it wasn't just because I didn't like her, it was because of what we were figuring out, I think. They tried to stop us from being friends, but the thing is, by this point in time, I've turned 20, and I'm living at her house, and yeah, to be honest, it's a story for another day. But let's just say that it's not normal when you're leaving your family to try and live your life. For your family to react in the way in which they reacted. So, yeah, it's a little bit difficult. I don't really want to say too much about this online, to be honest. Let's just say that a lot happened and it was far from normal and very revealing, because a lot happened, you know. I think these days they call it gang stalking or targeted individual type behaviour, but it was more than just that. I used to jokingly say that the devil himself was going to make sure that our friendship ended. And you know what? I don't think that what I used to say in jest was actually the truth. Yeah. It was a very intense time, and it did actually almost drive me insane in the end. I was so young, I really did think that they wanted me dead. I didn't realise back then that, in actual fact, they didn't want to kill me at all. They just wanted to really scare me, and they just wanted control back, really. Anyway, back to this video I'm meant to be narrating. I'm definitely not meant to be giving my life story here, although I'm sure people don't mind. How much longer have we got to go before this is going to finish? Probably about 10 minutes. So it's quite interesting the way that, see, I sat back like that because I'm trying to you know, so they show up. But at the same time, I'm getting really freaked out by it, as you can see by my face. There's a lot more going on here than what you can actually see on camera. In the shade, like in the dark shade, there's a lot more going on than what the than what the camera's picking up, is what I'm trying to say. And I know that when I'm looking at the camera, and that's freaking me out a little bit too. But the thing is, you can't get too freaked out by these things, because at the end of the day, I have to live amongst them. But yeah, the photographs I've included at the end, if you were to look at some of them on a mobile phone and zoom in, you'd be able to see the faces looking back. It's not the really bright orbs. You can't see the faces on those. It's the ones which are more of a blue colour that you can see the faces more clearly on. But there's so many different. These are demonic entities. You know, I understand why people think that they're aliens, because at the end of the day, it would be very easy to believe that, but it's not the truth. That is a conspiracy to keep people from the truth. Anyway, I'm not going to try and force any real truth on people. People can find that out for themselves if they really want to know. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I am actually getting ready to leave, which is why I'm not. I mean, normally, under normal circumstances, if I was filming and things were to kick off like that, like they did in this, then, well, to be honest, no, now, after having slowed this down, because I knew I was an idiot to goad them on and encourage it, which I did in this video. There's no denying that. Having seen what I've seen from slowing it down, then if this ever was to happen again, I would just immediately call for Jesus to remove them, because you're an idiot to do this once. To do it twice would just be absolute ridiculous stupidity. I mean, I was almost never going to release this because I was so embarrassed by how I'd encouraged them to carry on like doing what they're doing, instead of just calling on Jesus straight away and getting them kicked out, which is what I should have done. And anyway, it's embarrassing, but if good can come from this, and if people can really see from what you can see clearly happening to me here in parts of this video, then hopefully it'll stop someone else from thinking these are angels, or thinking that these are good for you, or thinking that this is something good that you should be doing. So anyway, we're almost at the end, I think, now. I wonder how much longer there is. Let's see. About 5 minutes in total. Yeah, so anyway, there is another video that I'm going to release, which is from the same day, where I'm being an absolute idiot as well. I'm not slowing it down. I haven't got time to keep doing stuff like this. It's too time consuming. But I have wanted to do this for ages and I didn't want any more time to pass by. And maybe it's I don't know, an appropriate time to release this, because at the end of the day, it's Easter weekend, and if just one person watching this realizes that this is demonic, then my job is done, you know. And that even people who know what the real truth is can act like absolute idiots sometimes, as I am doing in these recordings. And a complete idiot. And also how just simple things like jewellery can actually attach to you and change the way you're thinking. Bear in mind, I'm not fully deprogrammed. I know a lot, but I've still got a lot of work to do. But under no throw of the dice am I fully deprogrammed. I am a work in process. So, not that I'm saying that to hide behind, not in any way, shape or form. I'm just pointing out the fact that, oh, yeah, I know a lot, but I am not fully deprogrammed. I'm just a lot more deprogrammed than a lot of people are. But that doesn't mean that I'm better or healed or free or any of that. It just means that I've done more work than most people have. And I intend to get there, but it's not always easy. Anyhow, I will get there. There's one thing that I'm missing about the stable, or there's a lot more than one thing that I'm missing about the stables, but I was just thinking that I still look quite muscly in this video. I don't look so muscly anymore. My arms look skinny now instead of muscly. Oh well, I can always get that back. I'm being operated on in in June, on my knee. So that'll be the next opportunity for a round of trauma to be induced for me, I would imagine. The car crash was the last major one. And since then there's been tons of other stuff that's happened. And things have just calmed down and got happy again. So, yeah, I would imagine that my operation will be the round 1 million of Nina's trauma attacks. I'm only laughing because what else can I do? I can't stop crying, can I? Anyway, we'll draw this to a close. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, of course. And I'm not going to talk you through the pictures, but what I will say is they were all there's 3 different nights photographed here. No, sorry, 4 different nights, and it's quite obvious which ones are together and which ones aren't. So, yeah, basically. And they vary. Look, you'll have to read what I've written, because just before the pictures I've done an introduction to them, so you can read that and you'll see. I have got a really rare shot on there though of one which looks like a spidery thing or a fairy. I don't know, it would depend how you're looking at it. It's just that they shapeshift, so they can show themselves in different forms. Anyway, that's enough talking from me now, and I think this video is almost finitoed. So thank you for watching, enjoy the pictures, and don't forget, if you're under any kind of attack, if you are watching me now and you think I'm a brainwashed Christian, that's fine. But the next time that you get attacked by anything that you think is an alien or an entity or whatever you want to call it, if you call on Jesus, he will come and save and protect you. Don't take my word for anything. Take your own word. Ask for yourself. Because all I can do is share what I know to be the truth. Okay, so there you go. We're done. Thank you for watching. And like I say, coming up is the pictures. Alright then. Bye.